Hey guys, welcome to Joshua Be Creative. I'm your host Joshua, and today we're just beginning sort of like discussing about life video. And life is amazing, you know, because from where I started, from where I began, and I'm gonna begin by telling you, life is incredible because you don't know what's gonna happen, you know. I'm living proof. I'm living proof of what's not gonna happen, you know. I'm living proof of what's amazing about life because I've been through so many surgeries, so many experiences, so many things I've been through that I can't even tell you some things from my own experience. First of all, when you go to the doctor, don't be nervous. They're there to help you. They're there to help you with your problems. If you have a problem like getting cold, just talk to them about it. If you have a problem with your, you know, with your personal stuff, just tell them about it. Because anything can affect your health. It could be something personal, it could be something like you don't talk about, you know. And you know that's okay. Because you know why? Because the doctor's there to help you. And they keep things confidential. The second thing about life is it's unpredictable. It's completely unpredictable. You know, I'm going to prove that life is unpredictable. Because no one didn't know what's going to happen. I didn't know I was going to be born disabled. Because when I was born, I was 1 pound 2 ounces. I was a preemie. Or what they call a premature baby. They said they was born preemie. So, you know, there's that. So I'm going to get back to stop it. So anyway, things in life can happen all of a sudden. Like, all of a sudden this could happen. All of a sudden that could happen. Or all of a sudden this could happen. You know? Like, for example, I didn't know I was going to be an uncle until my sister told me. And I was so excited, you know. Now I got 3 little nephews. I know, it's shocking, right? And one's a teenager now. And they're the sweetest kids you will ever meet. Trust me. My nephews are the sweetest kids you will ever meet. And I love it. I love being an uncle. Anyway, guys, life is unpredictable. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna be going on in the corner. You know. And I would love to tell you some stories about some very positive things I experienced in my life that would amaze you. Like for example, when I joined the Best Buddies program. Now the Best Buddies program was a program that was in school that we would hang out together. We talk with the older kids. You know, we would have pizza. Be a good time all around. And it was just fun. It was just pure fun, you know. And there was a time I was competing in the Olympics. Yeah, it's true. I competed in the Olympics. And did I enjoy it? Yeah, I enjoyed it. But I only did it once. Once was enough for me. So what are some of the things I like doing? Well, some of the things I like doing are reading books, or reading audiobooks, because I can't really read that well. So, you know. And I love reading audiobooks because they're so cool. Like, if you use your imagination, you can read the book to life, you know. You're in the story, you know what I mean? Like, I recently did a book on Tom Sawyer. I think I still have the... Did I make an audio playlist about Tom Sawyer book? Tom Sawyer book on again? On YouTube channel? I have to remember. Did I or didn't I? Anyway, back to what I was saying. Life is unpredictable. You know? You never know what's gonna happen. It could be a good thing or be a bad thing. It depends on what you think. Or it depends on what's happening, you know? Because I've experienced the good and the bad, you know. I've had no power in my house. I've been through I've been through I think 3 hurricanes. And that was a cool experience, in my honest opinion. Even though, yeah, it was scary, but it was still kind of cool. But all a hurricane is just wind and rain. You know, when you live in Florida, you get used to it after a while. It's just basically part of life. And for those guys who are inexperienced, don't worry. There are videos, there are tips that can help you. You know, I know once a year they do an advice segment on the local news channel. Like they would give good advice for people about getting out of a hurricane or what to do when you're stuck in a hurricane, or, you know, where to go to when you need a shelter, you know. Because I know they do one once a year, like an instructional video kind of thing. I live in Florida, so I live in a place where hurricanes, you know, they don't really happen that much. Well, not this year, but probably next year. You know, 'cause I don't know if a hurricane's gonna start again. I think hurricane season starts in October, or am I wrong? I forget which. I know it starts somewhere in the fall. I gotta look it up again. Anyway, when I watch hurricanes, I give them weird names. Like I call one a baby if it's like a little thing, like not too big, not too major, but the hurricane windshields like very major. If it go all tropical storm, it's just a baby, but then it upgrades to a monster. That's what I call it. I know, weird names for hurricanes, right? So anyway, back to what I was saying. Things in life can be unpredictable. So here's a little tip for you guys. Make a list of what you need. Basically, anything that you need from your doctor, make a list. Like you need to refill on your medications, you need to refill on your prescriptions, you know, stuff like that. Or like me, I need to get a prescription for a wheelchair evaluation. So I didn't even really get a prescription for that from my doctor next month. Which, by the way, I love my doctor now. He's really cool, really awesome, and I love the new place I'm going to. It's really cool, really awesome. They have like a nice, huge, big facility, so it's like really, really cool. And you know, I'm thinking of my life feeling kind of positive right now. Now I'm gonna go to more detail with surgeries. So the last surgery I went to was a bone removal surgery, where they had to remove a piece of bone from my hip. And then I had to go to another surgery, well, sort of a surgery, and I had to remove a piece of screw from my hip. Because what happened was, the screw they put in to, you know, keep my legs, you know, move it, was when I sat down, was cutting inside the muscle inside my hip. And the doctor, she felt so bad, she started crying, like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I should have noticed before." And I go, it's okay. You know, she felt really bad, you know. And it wasn't her fault, she didn't know. She could have known that when she looked at the X-ray closer, she saw what was really happening. And she goes, "No wonder we didn't notice. It was so small, we didn't even notice it." Because here's the thing, on the X-ray she showed me, it was really, really small, like a little tiny little screw, like this small. So how small it was. Little and tiny. Like, trust me, you see a little screw like that, you'd be like, "What? That little thing was causing you so much pain?" Yes, and it was painful. Very, 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 very painful. So anyway, it was like that, you know. I had to go for surgery, and I love my family very much, especially my sisters. they're so cool, so awesome, you know. And they're very supportive of me, you know. They don't, you know, leave me out of things. They can get me included in things. Like when we went to the mall, they got me included into everything, you know. And I was so excited because my sister was trying to teach me independent and trying to teach me myself, you know. My little sister was trying to encourage me, you know, try to make me more independent, you know. And she says, Joshua, why don't you buy the things that you like, that no one else does, that you like, you know, stuff that you like. Here's the thing, to be honest with you, I don't know how, you know. And you know, I love my little sisters. My little sister Vanessa is just one of the sweetest women you will ever meet. Trust me, she's one of them. And yeah, I'm the oldest. I'm 38 years old. And my other sister, I don't know how old she is, but I don't want to ask because, you know, you're not supposed to ask a woman her age. But they're both married now and they both have good husbands. Ironically, their husbands work to the same school I went to. So we know each other from way back then. You know, because it's like way back when we were kids in school, you know. Because me and her husbands get along great. We get along perfectly. I mean, they're like my brothers. They're like my little brothers. So we get along perfectly, you know. And they love my mom. They absolutely love my mom. Because they call her mom too. So they're like, you know. And you know, that's another thing. Every one of my cousins love my mom because she let them be themselves. You know, my mom's the type of person she'll let you be yourself. Let's plug this in. Yeah, now I plugged it in. There we go. So, yeah, my mom's the type of person she would let you be yourself, you know. Because whenever I went to school for my IEP, everybody was like, I like your mom, man. She's really cool. And I'm like, why? Because she lets me be myself, you know. She doesn't judge people. And that's the thing, my mom doesn't judge people. She lets people be themselves. She doesn't like look at a person and say like, oh, you're this and that. She looks at the person and says, can I help you? Or can I help you with something? You know? That's the type of person my mom is. And I guess I got that from her. You know, I care about people. I care about helping the disabled. I care about helping people who can't help themselves, you know? I got that from her. And right now they're watching old school anime. They're watching old school cartoons. And right now they're watching something pretty good. We got 1 minute, guys. So we're gonna do a minute before I can end this video. So I'm gonna. So I'm gonna ask you guys one question before I end this video. What do you guys think of this video? And let me know in the comments what you think of what we talked about. So anyway, please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. See you next time. Bye. Bye, guys.